What up? It's another video by Efi's Voice. You know what I want to say in this video? Something I think I say. I don't like making too many videos about interracial dating, but I'm noticing through the comment section on YouTube, I've really noticed for the past 5 or 6 years or 7 years, you know, 5 or 6 years or something like that, or 6, 7 years. Don't bash people because you date interracially, Don't bash people just because you date interracially. That is what I'm noticing a lot of people are doing. That's really, that's what I'm noticing a lot of people are doing. And that's what other people are noticing that some people are doing. Don't bash people, the opposite sex, or anybody just because you date interracially or want to date interracially. Interracial dating should be just that, dating. You shouldn't have to bash people, insult people, put people down, degrade them just because you feel like dating someone of another race, and that's the only way you can make it seem cool to everybody, or yourself, or the girl, or the person you're approaching, pursuing. Don't bash people to support interracial. Don't bash people to support interracial dating. It's very ugly and annoying when people do that. I don't know why people feel the need to bash people to support their interracial dating urges. If you want to date interracially, do it. Do it if you want. If you're attracted to someone and you feel like you have chemistry with them and you like them, then you can do it. It's a beautiful thing and it's cool and it's just that, dating, and it's a normal thing. But don't bash people because you want to date interracial. I'm noticing people are like, and you could tell. I'm noticing people you could are starting to, or have been for a while now, really bashing people because they date interracially or they want to date interracially. In other words, there has to be some internal failure, some incompleteness, some incorrectness, some failure, something wrong with the opposite sex of their race because they date interracially and because they want to date interracially. No, it's because you the way the universe is designed, the way God has planned it for you, it's best maybe that you may date interracially. That's all it is. It's not a deep internal failure of the opposite sex of your race. If that was the case, by now everybody would have corrected that fault or that failure and did everything they needed to do what they need to do. So stop bashing people to because you date interracially. That's ugly. That's not respectful, and that makes interracial dating look bad. It makes interracial dating look in a bad light. I'm not the type to date interracially, but I see the beauty in other races. And I see some people dating interracially all the time. Sometimes. But I wouldn't, if I was dating interracially, I would not bash black women because I want to date interracially. I want to make it. I want to all of a sudden find all these faults in them and this and that and other because I want to date interracially. I understand the issues you have with the opposite sex of the opposite sex. That's the battle of the sexes. That's a gender war. That's just a natural thing that happens in life. Men and women have disagreements and issues with each other that they need to address. I understand that. But when you turn it into a bashing movement because you date interracially or have urges to date interracially or want to date interracially, that is what makes interracial dating not look good, and that's what makes interracial dating not look good. Bashing people because you want to date interracially is wrong. It's low. It's bad. It's not a pretty thing. It's the wrong reasons. It's confusion on your part, and it just doesn't look right. So if you're gonna date interracially, don't bash people because you want to date interracially. Date them because if you're gonna have issues with the opposite sex of your race, or anybody, make sure it's because you have issues with them, and it's not because you just want. They make sure it's because you have issues with them that you need to address, or problems or issues you want to address with them. And it's not solely because you want to date interracially, and now all of a sudden you think because I want to date interracially that this person is in such the wrong, and you need to address his faults because he is just or she is just so in and so wrong to you because you want to date interracially, and they're the reason for that. Don't do that. Don't think like that. That's not the reason. You just have attraction, a chemistry to someone of another race, and that's all it is. Chemistry, attraction, and that's all it is. And all in the end of the day, it's just dating. You know, maybe of another race, a category of human beings, but all in all, it's just dating, and it shouldn't be that deep of an issue with people where they feel the need to like go get so deep or something because they date another human being of another skin tone or another ethnicity or another culture. You have to act like it's something so deep in your mind because you're dating someone of that. You know, it's not that. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to date someone of another culture, ethnicity, race, or something like that. But to turn it into something that's so deep and so negative and so bashing is annoying. You know, and that's why people sometimes get annoyed with the thought of interracial dating because that's what some people do to support the interracial dating. You know, so if you want to date interracially, date interracially. You know, don't you can make a video, you make videos. I don't care. You can make videos about it. You can talk about it, but don't turn it and you can make don't turn it into a bashing movement to bash the opposite sex of your race. Don't make it into like don't turn it into a bashing moment to bash the opposite sex of your race. You know, it's not their fault. It's not their internal failure of something that why you date interracially. If you want to date interracially, date interracially. And if you think it's such a fault on them, maybe you don't want to date interracially and you really want to stick with your race or something like that. But if you want to date interracially, don't turn it into a bashing movement and make it some ugly, low, not pretty thing that would otherwise be a normally pretty thing, you know, a normally normal thing, you know. So that's what this video is about. Don't bash people to support your interracial dating or to date interracially. Date them because you want them. Date them because you have chemistry with them. Date them because you're attracted to them. Date them because you're fond of them. Date them because you like them. Date them for them reasons, not because you. And don't turn it into a bashing movement to bash the opposite sex of your race because it's not their fault. They don't own you. You don't own the people, the opposite sex of your race. You're just living in life, and it's not their fault that you date interracially. It's just the way you are designed to date, and it shouldn't be in your mind an eternal failure on their part, an eternal fault on their part, or eternal whackness on their part for because you date interracially. It's because you want to, and stop turning it into a bashing movement. It's ugly, it's not pretty, and it's kind of getting a little low or disrespectful in certain aspects of it. So don't bash people to support your interracial dating or to date interracially. All right, that's the video for now. Have a great day. Peace.